Okay, guys, thank you, thank you. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning to you. This is the General Show live on 96.1 True FM. I'm waiting for studio to bring me on, and we will soon be live on radio. But please share this video. Share this video. We're having a good show today. This weekend, Mr. Cummings will be in Philadelphia and the CPP USA. Okay, good. Okay, good. And Franklin is in the back. Just make sure if you can hear me, Franklin, please just shut you mute yourself just in case when you're not talking because I hear people in the back there. Okay, today we'll be having Franklin Wiese, the former CEO and CO chairman. He will be on here today. And our number one topic is the 5 watts and how of Alex Cummings. So we will tell you what Mr. Cummings' visions are for Liberia. So please share the video. Share the video. In few seconds, we will be on. Okay, let me just.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, but
Your own.
TV has that. Okay, folks. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. This is a general show.
Please share the video, guys. Please share the video.
There's some radio. I think I'll be live, no.
Listen, y'all got two live on. I see y'all got two live on in the studio. Sidiki, you on, and also there's another one on. Y'all got to remove one. Okay, let me see.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, folks.
Okay, something is not working good.
Good afternoon.
Y'all shut your monitor off because it get your feedback. It get your feedback. Okay, y'all mute and Ato, you mute yourself. Let me see Ato. Ato, you mute yourself. Okay, Sidiki, speak. Okay. Hello. You can hear me?
Yeah, yeah, you.
Okay. Something your monitor or something is on. Something on in there. So the feedback is going right back to you.
Wait, okay, listen.
Tell my man Shadrach the way you stood up this morning, my man. Now you still damn it. Something from Sidiki microphone. Okay, Ato, can you hear me? Sidiki, don't say anything. Ato, can you say something? Ato, let me hear you.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Okay, Sidiki from your side. And
In
frankly,
sir.
Frank, can you
Yeah.
say something? Okay, Sidiki is from your microphone, your monitor or something. Either your telephone on.
Le phone on.
Yeah, let it adjust your mic. Let it adjust your mic. Your microphone is where. Are we live right now or not? Or two of your microphone. You guys are very close.
Good afternoon.
Okay, Sidiki, don't talk.
Getting
Shadrach, you go ahead. Say something. Test your
Good
mic.
afternoon. Good afternoon.
Okay, between you and Sidiki, because you're very close. You people are very close. I think, Sidiki, you have to switch this. We'll
I mean,
put your
you have to
microphone.
speak up in the video. Give me the video.
yeah.
Okay, the microphone over there is too close to each other.
I will change it.
See also.
Okay, guys, we're having a little problem there. We're trying to fix the microphone. You know, we got three guys in the studio, so please bear with us. It's not an easy thing, especially the place is not too big. And today we'll be having a good show. I got Frankie Wissett in the back, a very strong advocate, and this guy, he was one of the founder of SEAL, Intellectual Center on Carey Street. The other day he was supposed to be on, and everybody was calling him, but today he's on, and he got a lot of things in his head to bring out. And also I got all the young guys in studio. I got Shadrach in studio. I got Atta, who's with True FM, and also I got Sidiki himself. I call him the assistant general. He is the co-host of this show. This is the general show. My name is Munel Kishen, aka the general. So I'm gonna bring them back on because we are sure everything is okay right now. Let me see. And Sidiki, are you okay, Ray? Are you okay, Ray, right now? I can hear you, Sidiki.
Good afternoon. You hear me?
Okay, loud and clear. Okay, let me hear from Ato. Ato, let me hear from you.
Yes, I'm loud and clear.
Okay, good. So let me bring and Shadrach on. I think Shadrach, let me hear from you.
Good afternoon.
Okay, now Shadrach got something. Okay, go use the other microphone, Shadrach. Use that microphone on your left hand side. Let's see.
Good afternoon.
Okay, yeah, something I right over there. I don't know. Now Sidiki on the other side, he's clear, and he's clear on the other side there. Okay, something maybe they got to disconnect with the microphone. Okay. Good morning. Good morning.
Better?
Yes, I think it's better. Let's go. Shadrach, say something.
Good afternoon.
Okay, it's better. It's better because I think you shut the other microphone. So that was the problem over there. So go ahead, Siddiqui. You'll start from there and then you'll become us. If we on radio now, you'll let us know. And please share it, guys. You can share it on your page also to
Good
all your
afternoon.
content.
Not still on. Good afternoon. Not still on. Okay, folks. Good afternoon. Welcome to the General Show. We are live on Truth 96.1. So we come on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And so we are sorry for the feedback because we have some technical problem. But I think we have resolved it already. So basically, we're going to bring the General on, which is the host of the show. And so we also have a guest today, which will be Chairman Franklin Wisse, a former chairman of the CEO Intellectual Forum, one of the biggest intellectual forum in the country. Most of you have heard about CEO. When you go right on Cleveland Street, that's where it is. And so it is an honor today to host Chairman Franklin. And so we're going to be talking about Liberia, basically. And so keep following. Mr. Kishan, welcome on the show. Good to see you.
Yeah, thank you, Siddiqui. Thank you, my co-host. This is Munal Kishan, aka the General, and I want to welcome everyone in Radio Land. If you are listening to us today is Friday, and we have a great show today. Mr. Cummings will be in Philadelphia, and today he's coming to Philadelphia for the weekend, and he will spend the up to the 22nd of July. So those of you who listen to us, I want to say TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. I hope you have a good day. If you're listening to us, just have an open mind. Don't think about whether you from the Liberty Party or you from the ANC or you from the CDC. All in your mind today. Just remember, Liberia is our focus point. Liberia is at the middle, and today we'll be having a nice discussion. We're telling you what the CPP bringing to the table. We're telling you the vision of Alex Cummings. That is why I got a very good man, smart man. You know, when I hear about the intellectual center, people who spend all the time giving ideas. This guy, you look at him right, they call him Frank Wisse. Y'all know he's a crew man now. So y'all know crew people don't joke. But he will be giving us some of his ideas. And also I got in studio a young man called Shadrach, and also I got Arthur. I want to say thanks, and I want to make this disclaimer. Whatever we say here today is from us. It has nothing to do with the radio station. We are just using it. So, guys, how are you today? How's everything with you? And frankly, let me just start to introduce because I don't want to we wasted some time here. Frankly, how's everything with you, my man? You one of the guys from this wonderful intellectual center they call CEO. What between you and CEO? Because everybody will call and say, "Oh, my man, Frankie was going to come on today." Now you on here today. What between you and the whole CEO business? What's that?
Okay, General, thank you. Thank you for having me. And let me use this time to extend warm greetings to your Deputy General, Siddiqui, Arthur, even though I don't know Arthur, Shadrach. I think I also don't know Shadrach. But it is a huge honor mounting this platform with you. I want to say thanks for the invite, and let me make a quick corrections. A lot of people mistake me for a crew person. I'm Gribble by tribe, even though we're all from the same Southeastern. Okay.
Oh, boy, that's my man.
Yeah. Great. Okay, so I'm from River G and Maryland, respectively. And so CEO, the Center for the Exchange of Intellectual Opinions, was founded in 2009, precisely on May 6th, and what gave birth to the establishment of that intellectual forum was trying to give meaning to the past. We noticed that in the yesteryear, people didn't have that democratic space, the ordinary people, where they could air their views, where they could say, or speak to the things of governance, where they will hold the governors of the state accountable. And during the years of tyranny, whenever you spoke openly against government, you know what happened to a lot of our people. That is why the anger piled up in our people, and they took to the bush. They took arms against the state. So we, after years of stay in exile and whatever, we returned home. we thought to give meaning to the past by learning its lessons. Let us create a democratic space, a platform where basically the ordinary people can congregate on a daily basis and speak to the governance of the state. Because now everybody has money to go on the radio, to go in newspapers. So that platform became the epicenter of intelligentsia, quite across the broad spectrum of society. Whether you're educated, whether you are not educated, whether you are male or female, irrespective of the economic status, we had a platform that afforded the ordinary people to speak to the governance of the state. And so it's just a kind of an overview of what CO is and how it was established. As a matter of fact, I served as its Secretary General and then became its chairman for 2 consecutive terms. I spent practically 10 years on the Kerry, modeling CO into what it is today.
Okay, good. And Frank, you said it all. And I've been following you too, and you have your little small podcast. You usually go, but I will ask you some questions concerning Liberia and the party you supported before, or which of the party you were supporting before coming to the ANC. But we got this thing here where I love to play, and like Mr. Cummings said it so many times, he said, Munel always remind me about this. When I saw this platform about Alex Cummings, Phase 5, what and how, I'm still searching if there's anyone out there, any other candidate with such a platform. So before we start, this is how we want to start this show. Let the Liberian people listen from the mouth of Mr. Cummings. He told us this thing in 2017, and today he's still on it. The number one consistent politician in our time. So let us listen to this. If you're in Radio Land, I want you to open your ears, listen to what Mr. Cummings is saying. So for yourself, and then we'll pick it from there. So let's just take this quick break.
The leaders I love, the ones I trust so much, they made a fool out of me. I've been praying to God every day, please give me a leader.
The oldest republic in Africa, and yet we're one of the least developed countries on the continent, and indeed one of the least developed countries in the world. And I say to you, my fellow Liberians, we deserve a better Liberia. We need to ask ourselves some fundamental questions. Why are we where we are? Most Liberian homes don't have electricity. Most Liberian homes don't have running water. Most Liberians are unemployed. These are things we can change. These are things we should demand of ourselves and of our leaders. We, as Liberians, cannot keep doing the same things and expect different results. We cannot keep electing and selecting the same kinds of leaders with the same kinds of experiences and expect Liberia to change. We have to do many things differently. And that starts with selecting and electing new leaders who know how to create jobs, who know how to grow the economy, who will prioritize the Liberian people first before they prioritize themselves. And this is what I offer you, the Liberian people. The other universal truth that I want to share with you, my fellow Liberians, is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And again, I ask you to look at my record of job creation, of success, of managing large budgets without one penny going missing. All of these things you can look at and compare to the other candidates. And again, you will see that my past performance and past behavior is a good predictor, a good indicator that what I commit to, we will deliver. There are 5 priorities we have, and we call that the what's. And then there are 5 things we call the how we'll do it. And those priorities are as follows. Our first priority is infrastructure. Simply put, is electricity, it's roads, it's water, and it's internet and cell phone connectivity across Liberia. We have to invest in infrastructure. That is the top priority. That's the basis on which we can and will do everything else. The second priority for us is job creation. There are too many unemployed, underemployed, and unemployable Liberians. The unemployment rate is over 85%. And therefore, job creation is our next priority, creating jobs for the Liberian people. The next priority is agriculture. We are a country that do not feed ourselves. These are things we can do for ourselves. We should be producing rice to feed ourselves. And my commitment is that by the end of my first term in office, we will be self-sufficient in rice production. And within education, we are focused on vocational training, teachers training, and adult education. But we have to educate our young people because, again, that's how we can help them create jobs. That's how we can train farmers. And so these things are all linked together. And our final priority in terms of the what's is health. Because you can have good infrastructure, you can have a good job, you can feed yourself, you can have great education, but if you don't have your health, it doesn't matter. And so health is our fifth priority, and there we're focused on primary health care and preventive health care. So those are the what's we'll do for our people, for the Liberian people. How are we going to do these things? The first how is we want to engage Liberians differently in the transformation of our country. We call this hearts and minds. How do we get all Liberians to participate in the changes that are required? We're going to use arts and music and culture and reconciliation and religion. All of these things, we will be deliberate in using these things to engage us as a people in this transformation process. And so we're doing some work on how we can make those things happen. The next how is that we're going to find the money. We have to find the resources, the money, to do all of the what's I mentioned earlier. And the way we'll find the money is first, we'll go after waste in government. You know, we spend a lot of money on things that we don't need, or we pay too much for things that we do need. So for example, I believe the vehicles we buy for our government officials, we spend too much money on that. We should reduce the number of vehicles, and we should buy less expensive vehicles for our government officials. We need to reduce how much they make so we can pay teachers and civil servants and police officers and the military officers and healthcare workers, people who actually do the work. We need to pay them more money and reduce the gap between those at the top and those who actually do the work. The other way we'll find the money is going after this thing called corruption. You know, corruption has been the bane of our country, is the primary reason why we are as underdeveloped as we are today. And we will aggressively go after corruption. The first thing we'll do is we will appoint a corruption czar, a minister in charge of corruption in the presidency that will coordinate all of the agencies that are meant to find corrupt officials. Secondly thing we'll do is we'll make sure we are giving the resources, the money, the right people, the right logistics to the anti-corruption agencies, the LACC, Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, the General Accounting Office, the Public Procurement and Concessions Commission. We will make sure they got the right resources to go after corrupt officials. After that, when we find people who are corrupt, we will prosecute them, we will put them in jail, and we'll seize their assets. It will not be good enough for you just to resign. Okay. So those are the things we will do to really go after corruption. I have committed that I will not take a salary. The salary that is paid the president, I will allocate it towards helping to fight corruption. That's how important I think it is to us. And then the other way we'll find the money is we'll make sure we're getting full value, the full monies we're due from our natural resources. we'll look to exploit other natural resources so we can get the funds required to fund healthcare, to fund infrastructure, to create jobs, etc., etc. So finding the money is the second how. The next how is we want to create a government of inclusion. We want all sections of our country to be represented in the government. We want opposition political parties to be in government, because we believe that having a government inclusion will help all of us make the right decisions. It will make sure that we're spreading the resources of our country across the entire country. And then the last two hows, one is growing the private sector. We will focus on growing the private sector so Liberians can primarily benefit. No longer should Liberian business people be spectators to our economy. And we want to actively support Liberianization and encourage and provide credit and other facilities to Liberian businesses so they can participate. And last but not least, we will use technology. We'll leverage technology to help us achieve our goals. So those are the what's and the hows. But let me end by leaving you again with these two universal truths. One is we cannot keep doing the same things, my people, and expect different results. We cannot keep electing the same people with the same experiences and expect Liberia to change. We need to elect and select different people to lead us, to serve us, to help us manage and run our country. And the other universal truth is the best predictor of future performance and future behavior is past performance and past behavior. And on those two counts, I believe I stand head and shoulders above the other candidates aspiring. Together, we will change Liberia for the benefit of all Liberians. We will transform our country. We will give us a new start, a fresh start, so that all of us can benefit from this country we love. I thank you. God bless you. God bless the Republic of Liberia.
Okay, y'all can hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, guys, you just listen. I'm sorry for the little break in. You know, when the computer, man, when it getting too slow now. So, and Mr. Cummings made it clear, Liberia is the oldest republic, and but yet we pull, and he gave us this nice platform. But Mr. Cummings need people to carry on his vision. Okay, I know all my young guys they're waiting before I come back to Franklin and Sidiki and those of you in the studios. What's trending in Liberia today? What the news going around? I heard they say Gonglo just announced again finally his vice running mate, and there's some rumors going around that Mr. Pedro will be in the race, but I'm not too sure. But that's what rumors. We don't have to spend too much time, and we're not going to spend too much time on and candidate Gonglo. And how they call it, the Broom 2. They got Broom 1 and Broom 2. So you guys can tell me what's going on there. Shadrach, what's trending? Let me bring Sidiki back on.
Okay. Now everywhere in town they are discussing Heron Petro Costa. He said he want to contest in the coming election, October 2023 election. But some of the questions that we are asking people out there, Heron Petro Costa, is he fit to be president for Liberia? Is the question that we are asking out there. But we don't know how true is it, because he told us that he want to be senator for Mosurado. So how will he change his mind from senator to become a president? So we are still waiting to see or hear from him.
All right, good. Okay, we're not going to waste too much time on that. But I want to say this: Eric Labrin has the right to contest for the presidency. I wish him the best of luck. We love competition, And it only tells you that when people say Mr. Cummings is not, oh, Mr. Cummings is not qualified, he don't have the governmental experience. But now I see people who don't have it too, trying to come up, people who don't even have the private sector experience, or people who don't even have any working experience want to be president of Liberia. But when it comes to Mr. Cummings, people say, oh, Mr. Cummings got to go through the rank and file. Like I listen to Kanyo Bala. I can't understand why Liberians are we doing these things to ourselves. Before you run for president, you must work in government. No. When you went to school, the school you went to, they gave you a degree. There is nothing on your degree saying that you should work with government or you should work with private sector. It's up to you wherever you work. And experience is experience. Work is work. Government, in fact, it's almost like you go into a private school. In a private school, they say you should score 80. In government school, they say you need walking stick. You get 70, you pass. So a man who coming from the private sector, that guy can work. That guy understand what it means about working, because they need 100%. In government, they just need 50 plus 1. Once you're doing your work, you can satisfy the entire country. But let us not waste our time on that. I'm going to go back to Frank. Frank, which of the party you supported before? Because I sure people, somebody had something under their sleeves. Some of us here were friends of George Weah. And then at last, I decided, I said, no, we're making a big mistake. We're making a mistake that will hurt us. And at the end of the day, I was right. So which of the party you supported before coming to this ANC? Which of the party?
Okay, so let me quickly begin.
We are sorry. We're trying to
As a critical mind, I like to erect necessary checkpoints.
It's really bad today. So
Munia.
As Frankie, 1 minute.
Getting each other folks from the US, and so keep following. This is 2FM 96.1. So we are actually sorry. This is a general show, comes to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And so it's a wonderful day here today in Liberia. And so we are talking about the critical national issues. And like I said to you earlier on, we have the former chairman of CEO, Chairman Franklin Wisse, one of the powerful men and a veteran who have been in the leadership of CEO for so many times or so many years. And now he's in the US. And so, based on what I heard, he was once a supporter of Mr. Weah of the CDC.
CDC, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Okay, let's go back to our team. They're back on.
Okay,
go ahead.
And Frank was on. I don't know if you could hear Frank. Frank, you can hear Frank still?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now. Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. And sorry for the breaking. Go ahead, Frank.
Okay, so I just want to begin by saying that I'm this person, my philosophy about politics. I believe in individuals. The reason why I concentrate on individuals, if you look at all of the political parties' manifestos, they will be saying almost the same thing. One will say it is like cut and paste, because nobody is wanting to be president that will not want to address the issue of education, that will not want to address the issue of agriculture, that will not want to address the issue of health, infrastructure, and you just name them. Everybody wanting to be president will come with that picture of wanting to better all the lives of the ordinary people and what have you. It is the individual's resolve and commitment to deliver on the manifesto of a political party that really matters to me. That is why you see me, and I don't blame people for being members of political parties. I'm an advocate. I support individual on the basis of my understanding of what he or she brings to the table in terms of governance, in terms of leadership. So yes, I supported George Weah for president. And when I did so, it was as a result of my personal dislike for the then president, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And trust me, when I say my personal dislike, I'm not passing judgment on her, but I think I hold Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the likes of Charles Taylor, Prince Johnson, responsible for the brutal civil war that took some of us in exile, and our dreams and aspirations were shattered, and we like picking up our pieces afresh. So my way of paying them back in their own coins was to just say no to them whenever I see any of them rearing his or her head for elections in our country. That's the power that I have. I can't do any more than that. So when I saw George Weah coming up against Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, I employed the theory of the lesser evil from the dictates of my conscience. I felt that there's no way that from the purity of conscience I could support Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, even though she had all of what it takes to provide, a better leadership than George Weah. But I just thought to punish her, in my own little power. That is why I supported George Weah. And I was never a sedition. I've never been a member of any political party. Even that I support Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummings now, I am not an ANC partisan. And you, Munia, you know it, and everybody who knows me knows that. I support Alexander Cummings, and I will tell you why. But to respond to your question, who did I support before? I supported George Weah before. And I parted ways with George Weah when it became imperatively clear that his ideology was running unparalleled to mine. His ideology was running asymmetrical to mine. It means like we were not, reasoning the same way. And I saw a different person. I just thought to part ways. I decided to support Alexander Cummings, having just spent barely an hour with him. I sat with this man and understood his vision as he outlined his vision. I had never known him before, like I have known other people, but something that actually attracted me to him is the way he actually explained how he's going to address our issues and his proven record of success in time past. That is monumental, that is conspicuous, that is noticeable, that is inarguable, gives me a reason to think that he has the capability to deliver on his word. And I asked him some of my hard questions, and he just answered, the way I thought a true leader who's coming with genuine change will answer. So I decided to support Alexander Cummings. I stand with him. I'm encouraging people who believe in him, who look at me as a leader, to support him, because I think he's the best that Liberia has got to offer at the moment. And Liberia can only get better under his stewardship. And I will give you the reasons as the show goes on.
Okay, good, Frank. But if I will ask you right now, because people in Liberia are listening to you, and especially from the CO on Kerry Street, if I ask you right now to talk to them, because these are your boys and they have a lot of respect for you, and what will you tell them? You got somebody who say, "But Frankie, we all were sitting here the other day talking about President Weah, and then all of a sudden, maybe you went to America, you met Mr. Cummings, somebody talked to you, and you changed your mind, or maybe you eat him. Like for some of us, they paying us already. Mr. Cummings gave me almost $20,000. That's what they can say every day. So, what you would tell your friends, because they were asking this question, I said, "My man, you and I were sitting together yesterday, and you were killing yourself supporting President Weah. So, what you can tell them now? Maybe that's something you have seen, because a smart man, God created us in a special way. They say fools don't change, wise men changes. So what you can tell them that listening to you right now, what news you got for them?"
Thank you. So let me begin by responding to your question. That first of all, even when I was chairman of CO, when I was in Liberia, I never committed the institution CO to any candidate, to anybody, not George Weah, who I supported, and not Alexander Cummings, who I later supported. CO, as I said, is a democratic space that that affords all of our leaders, every Liberian, an opportunity with the people. So there is no history of me ever committing CO to supporting anyone, not even the George Weah, who was my good friend, who I supported. And if you have to ask me, what do I tell them? I would just tell members of CO, I've always told them, and that was the basis for the establishment of that center, that we will be able to make informed decisions that will not be followers of the wind. That in the Nigerian parlance, the guy say follow. they call you an intellectual because you have the capability to decipher between good and bad and to make informed decisions. So what I would tell them, you want to first of all look at your country, Liberia, for the past 6 years. For those of you who were around, let us not go way back to when the Liberian Civil War broke, but let us look at stewardship, leadership under the George Weah dispensation, because we have already passed judgment on Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government. We said she should have done better. She made some gains, but for 12 years, we thought she should have done better. And if you were to ask me what would be my grading of Madam Sirleaf's performance, I would say she did fairly. Not even good, she did fairly. And we should look forward to a better stewardship. The reason why a lot of people gravitated to supporting George Weah, let me tell you this for those of us who supported him and some who still support him. The Liberian people, the ordinary Liberian people, saw themselves in George Weah. He was a beacon of hope. Most of the people who supported George Weah 6 years ago, or even further than that, are people who ate just dry gari, mostly dry gari, with salt, with red oil, with saltfish, and had to trek to school and were never assured of a fitting meal the next day. These people were yearning for a betterment of their future, and they saw a kind of liberation in George Weah because they strongly believed that George Weah came from the trenches, from the downtrodden, before he rose to stardom through just the gift from God, succor. So this man, if given stewardship of the state, will do better. And it was against that premise that the people trooped behind George Weah. The CDC of yesterday, not this one I'm talking about, who are now inducing people, giving people money to turn out for their functions and other kind of stuff. The seditious at the time will even write on their backs, their bad bodies, inscriptions of George Weah or the CDC as a kind of a raw and brutal support for the son of the soil. So you didn't even have to tell them which way to go. And I told people when the 2017 elections was coming, even though at a point in time I broke away from George Weah and decided to support Alexander Cummings, but I was never so conspicuous in my support because my late dad, may peace be upon his ashes, told me, look, people know of your relationship with George, right? If you decide not to support him in these elections, I want you to keep quiet about these elections. Maybe moving forward, you can support. I know you believe Cummings can be a better leader, but still, I was never in the public supporting Cummings here and there. But just behind the scene, I told Liberians, if we want a better Liberia, this is the person who stands out. And this is what I continue to say to all Liberians, not only members of SEAL. Look at your life 6 years ago. Look at where we are. I mean, try to predict what is ahead of you. Do you see your life getting better? No, Munia, let me tell you something, my brother. And this goes to all Liberians. All of what our politicians will say. I just did a post today. Beware of politicians. They will promise a power in the sky. They will promise building bridge on the moon. They will promise all sort of unimaginable things. The best way to hold your leader accountable, as Cummings said, is to look at his past performance and behavior. Because that's the only way you can predict what this person will do. It's not going to be a kind of a guess game. If Munia Kishen was ever given a piece of work to do, whether in the private or public sector, and I always trash in the abyss that lazy argument of, oh, the person came from the corporate sector, private sector, he doesn't have governance experience. That is just a talk for the layman. Because anybody who is schooled will understand what leadership is. Leadership is providing direction, being ahead of a team, and leading by examples. That's simple leadership. What affects Liberians in that country is the common bread and butter issue. Let me tell you this. You can promise skyscrapers from Cape Mount to Cape Palmas. You can fix all of the roads, make them golden streets with streetlights. If the people go to bed on empty stomachs, you are doomed. If the people wake up without even being assured of what to eat tomorrow, you are doomed. So it is not basically saying you will build infrastructure. Infrastructure is good. Electricity is good. Water is good. But hey, the common bread and butter issue, money in the wallet, that the ordinary man will be able to go to the market and buy a bag of rice for his household. That the ordinary woman will take a bitter ball to the market and there will be buyers. That you connect farm to market, farm roads, market roads from the rural areas to the urban areas, that people can be able to transport their goods. Look, when you can do those things, and the next man wakes up and knowing that the future is bright, and he doesn't have to do, like the extraordinary just to put a fitting meal on his table, you are a leader. So it is that ordinary bread and butter issue that Cummings has demonstrated he can work on. Because when he talks about the transformation of hearts and minds, he and I have had that discussion before, because both Cummings and I, were privileged to do the landmark training. The landmark training is a training of entrepreneurs, CEOs, global leaders, on what leadership is. You cannot provide any good leadership outside of integrity. Without integrity, nothing works. Without integrity, nothing works.
Okay, I will hold you there. We're going to go into what you're coming over. But let me go to Siddiqui and I will come to Shedrack. These guys are young guys. These are the future. Like Mr. Cummings always said, the youth are the precious jewelry of Liberia. And when I look around Mr. Cummings, Siddiqui, I look around Mr. Cummings today, I see a lot of young children fighting. Some of them could have been under the sycamore tree or chasing other politicians, and they continue to sink. But like Siddiqui, who said, listen, no matter what happened, I know things are not good for me today, but I will still support Mr. Cummings. And Shedrack graduated. He could have been chasing somebody to be an office boss somewhere. And because that what they usually do, they will get everything and they try to put you somewhere. But this kid still support Mr. Cummings. Siddiqui, I want you to tell your friends, you in your school, people in your community, how you see Mr. Cummings and what is your belief. It is your belief, it's not there, but to convince your friends to support Mr. Cummings. What message you got for your peer groups? What message you got for them?
Thank you, Mr. Kishan. And I want to say thank you to my big brother, Asian brother, Mr. Frankie Wuse, for his support. And I want to say to him that he made no mistake to give his support to Mr. Cummings. And I know the reason he gave me his support to Mr. Cummings is because I want the best for Liberia. But look, let me speak to my Liberian people. Every day we come on here, like 3 days in a week, we speak to you every day. And then we open the phone lines, you're all making your calls. And then this is about country. Sometimes I ask myself a few questions. And it is very difficult to answer this question that I ask myself. I ask myself sometimes, how do we arrive at a point where justice cannot be given to we, the Liberian people? I ask myself sometimes, why would we sit in a country? I hear myself on me. Yeah, sorry for that breakthrough.
No, go ahead. We can hear you. Okay, guys. I think there's a little glitch out there, but we can hear you, Siddiqui. We can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead. Yeah, from the earphone. It's from your earphone right now.
Right.
Okay. And okay, let's go to
sorry, folks. Sorry for that breakthrough. So like I was saying, sometimes I ask myself a few questions, and up till now, I'm yet to find the answer for this question I ask myself. I don't know how do we arrive at this point where Liberians will sit in this country and support politicians. They get to power and they deprive us from our right to give us job. And then once election time comes, we, the same people, will jump behind these people to say we want to give them power. I ask myself sometimes, how do we arrive to the point where our traditional ally, the US, will sanction 3 of our ministers that they were caught in other corruption, human rights violation, and then they will still come out and participate into the same electoral process, and we, the same people, will go beyond these people that want to support them and bring them to the elected position. I ask myself sometimes, how do we arrive at a point where a young girl lost her life, where you are about to graduate from university, but this does not bother anybody in the country to stand up and speak against it. The only thing that bothers somebody, or the only thing that makes us to talk, when someone is being accused of the murder, the father of innocent girl lost her life, but nobody cared to talk about that. But somebody being accused of murder, that concerns more people than the people who have always lost their life. So this is sad. And we cannot continue. And the very painful thing about this, we feel so pleased about this. We act as if to say nothing is happening in our country. And we address ourselves to it. We think that yes, this way is supposed to be happening. No. And this is why Mr. Cummings have come. Everywhere Mr. Cummings have gone, he have made it clear to Liberians that the suffering, the hardship, the unemployment way in a country that continue to exhibit not how it's supposed to be. The suffering Liberians are going through, that we Liberians are going through, not the suffering we deserve in our own country. What we deserve is a job. We don't deserve to keep begging other people, family members, even people we don't know. What we deserve is well-paying job. And this is where you're talking about what? Paying civil servants a minimum wage. A living wage, sorry. Paying civil servants a living wage so that you'll be able to take care of yourself. They get the minimum, they get living wage. That you'll be able to take care of yourself. You pay your school fees, you pay a hospital bill, and the list goes on. And we Liberians will have to understand that this is not about political party or whatever. Look at Chairman Wuse right now. He supported Mr. Weah, and Mr. Weah is in power. He could have been dumb and take his eye on all of the bad things that this government is doing and say, look, the party remains supreme. Mr. Weah is my friend, and then I'll still on to the CDC or whatsoever and benefit the same way other people are benefiting from the government. But he chooses his country over friendship, over partisanship, over political party or whatsoever, and choose his country and put his country number one. And this is what I want Liberians listening to us this afternoon to take into consideration. This is sad that somebody will die, your family members, or even not your family member, but your relative or friend or whatsoever, and then justice is not even being given to that person. It is sad that young people in this country will tend to beg us. It is sad that some young people will go to university, graduate, but then they don't. Yeah, somebody. Hello?
Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, you go
There
ahead.
was somebody playing something over there. I don't know.
Go ahead, we can hear
So
you.
sorry I broke you. So it is very sad. Let me close on this, then I can go back to the general. It is sad that we the Liberian people wait. Some of us will graduate, and at the end of the day, we don't even have a job to do. This is not the country we want. And nobody is saying to you that, look, when you elect Mr. Cummings, all the problems in the country will face. Mr. Cummings, look, and this is why I, Sneaky, have given my overwhelming support, my time, my everything in supporting this man. Because what? He is honest about what he wants to do. He said not because we want to change our country or we are crying for change today, so we elect me. He said no. He said we will be willing to do the work. If you don't work with me, we're not going to be able to deliver. When you work with me as a country, as a people, then we can be able to bring the change. And so this is what I want Liberians listening to us, especially young people, to come on board and see a reason to join this team, which is being held by Mr. Cummings and Councillor Bronski. So
Okay.
we can go back to the general.
All right, thank you, Siddiqui. And I want us to make it brief, and because I want us to have enough time. And let me go to Shadrach. Shadrach, you with your boys, and you all into the trenches and going from door to door. You graduated already, but you still don't have a job. When I say have a job, where you're supposed to be working to some companies and doing your own thing, but the opportunity is not there. We elected a government. It was not. I don't consider it a mistake, but no decision is right until it is right. So what message you have for your friends? What you see behind Mr. Cummings? What really brought you closer to say, listen, Mr. Cummings is the best man compared to all the other candidates? That is why you are doing everything to make sure that Mr. Cummings win this coming election to be the next president of Liberia. What message you have for your friends? Come in, Shadrach. can hear me there, Shadrach? What's going on there again? Shadrach, can you hear me there? We say you can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. What about Shadrach and Siddiqui is off too?
Okay, General, thank you so much.
It's a
And
delay.
thank you to Mr. Frank Wisse for making the right decision to join the team. And Mr. Wisse, if we see you guys coming on board, it will encourage us to do more because we are fighting to change Liberia. You know, this government talk about when they're coming in power, they talk about job creation, they talk about healthcare, they talk about a lot of things. But what are the jobs that they said they were going to provide for the citizen? Now, the only thing we see in the street, the only job now that this government provide for the citizen is mini. Any part of Mosorado or all of Mosorado you pass now, you see a person with their maker phone, they be doing mini. But Mr. Cummings told us, he told the Liberians that once he become president, he will provide jobs. Because for me, I believe it because this guy, he have connection. People were telling us that Josh, we have connection, he connected. But now, let us be real. If you go out,
You on air now?
yeah. So he told us that he was going to provide job, but most of our young brothers today, the only job that the government able to provide for them is to do mini. Yeah. And
Or you
now
talking about
if
mini?
you
You talking about
visit,
the Lone Star
yeah, the Lone Star
orange,
Mini,
orange.
Orange
Okay.
Mini, Lone Star
Yeah.
Data, Orange Data. Yeah, it's the only job now that the government able to provide for the citizen. And they talk about now. I visited the Benson Hospital. Can you imagine at the Benson Hospital, you will pay if you carry your patient at the hospital, they will tell you to buy gloves that they are using. Are you kidding me? At JFK, if you carry your patient at JFK, the only thing now they can do, they will tell you that you should go outside and buy medicine. We are dying slowly. We need to rise up. We need to make the right decision to change this government. Let us be real. Because if we allow these guys to come back for the second term, oh, now we're able to provide $5 for ourselves. But if they come back the second time, we will be eating rag or sin. This government have nothing to provide for the citizen. We need to stand up. We need to change them. We need to change Liberia. Let us look at our generation. Let us look at our children that are coming out. Now, most of our children in school are sepe because our parents are working, but there is no pay. How will they pay our tuition? You young graduates from university, the only thing that you do is you are going to market and go sell. No job. But we believe that if Mr. Cummings become president for Liberia, there will be job. There will be electricity. Companies will come. So let us make the right choice. Comes October 10th, let us vote Alexander Benedict Cummings as the next president for Liberia. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Let me go to Franklin. And Franklin, you listen to Mr. Cummings 5 watts. And I was once a former employee of labor ministry. There's something they call dignity of labor, which lacking in Liberia. We don't respect the job that we do, even people who sweep the street. But I went to Mr. Cummings' office. I visited his private office 2 times. And I know my reason of going there to see how people work in that place, what time they go to work. And when I asked the receptionist, she told me, oh, I come here 8 o'clock and I leave 4 o'clock. I said, wow. She said, oh, yes, we come, we clock in 4 o'clock. You got to talk to nobody. You go and find your way and you clock out. I said, but you guys, no different from people in America because we're working per hour. I said, but you know what they call overtime? She said, yeah, if we work more than 40 hours, I was surprised for this girl to tell me in Mr. Cummings' office that anything, if you work overtime, they give you extra. I said, you kidding me? She said, oh, yeah, we don't do nothing. The only people that stay long here, maybe they're Mr. Cummings' driver or the security. But if they want you to stay, they will tell you, say, hey, you will stay. I said, wow. I said, what time Mr. Cummings come to work? And the guy said, but General, you investigating me? I said, listen to me. I said, what time Mr. Cummings come to work? She said, Mr. Cummings, every Tuesday, he's in his office. I said, but why people not outside? He said, no, nobody come into the office unless you make an appointment. If you want to see Mr. Cummings, go to the political office. Or when he tell you to come to his house. She said, sometimes Mr. Cummings will talk to people when he walk in. He will give us information. He said, listen, I spoke with somebody last night. And these are the people I talked to and put them on my list. And everybody know their job. Everybody in their office. I was surprised. Siddiqui myself went there and all these things were just going through. I said, wow. I said, this is what I'm talking about. That this man said, if you want to see good people working and you think they're supposed to be to work 8 o'clock as a leader, you must be there before 7 o'clock and before 8 o'clock. But if you come 10 o'clock and say, we listen to Mr. Cummings' platform. Jobs, when you listen to it, is job security, because you must secure the people who bring in the money in. You got to protect the money for them to be able to create job. Because government only create an avenue. Let's go on Mr. Cummings' first infrastructure. We'll talk about electricity. And you in America, how many buildings here got a generator? Everybody run on electricity. They don't have to waste their time about generator. Because I can't be worried about generator, then you want to expect to create job. Drinking water. You can open your water anytime. Because of good drinking water, there is no typhoid, no diarrhea whatsoever. Then we're talking about internet now. You set it somewhere else, and I'm talking to you, and I'm talking to somebody in Liberia. That's how the people say they were going to connect the continent through this internet thing. And it's so important that we need it in Liberia, but we don't have it. So tell me, Sir and Frankie, come to this job because it's our biggest problem. People can't afford it. Professionals are trying to be professional beggars because they can't find a job. The man is out of high school, out of college, did everything. Somebody got 3 masters in our country and still don't have a job. I want you to speak on this whole working thing here. Because I know you listen to it. What you got in this whole 5 watts, I love it. And that job creation, dignity of labor. Just give me your ideas on that.
You know, Monia, as you were talking, you just reminded me of something that happened here somewhere around 2021 when I had just come, right? The apartment complex in which I live. This day we just had a kind of a, seizure of electricity. Current went, and without a prior notice, and that lasted for I think about an hour or a little more. So one of the tenants here sued the apartment complex, and they paid so dearly. And I was like, well, she's not the only person that was affected by this.
Yeah.
Look, time here is precious. That 1 hour or so that the current went, that person's food got spoiled. Yeah. That person had maybe some other things to do with internet, and But what I'm trying to say, if you have a system in place, and that is where I'm trying to draw my analogy, a system of check and balances, these things will be corrected. Let me tell you why I so dearly believe that Alexander Cummings is that genuine change, not just a change. He is the real change. I'm not talking about others that are yearning for a second chance. Waka is yearning for a second chance. We are yearning for a second chance. I always told people, if I would not have supported Cummings in these elections, I would support Yawon Gonglo. My support for candidates is not on the basis that I strongly believe they will win. No, Munia, I support candidates on the basis and hoping that they will win, believing they have the capability to deliver on the job. Cummings spoke of, growing the private sector. Now it comes to the job creation. Employment, jobs and stuff must not be holistically placed on government. When you grow the private sector, when you create an enabling environment, it will attract investors and there will be more jobs. They say good money is afraid of bad environment. You can have corrupt people. Like take for example what Siddiqui said. And as you are saying that, it just struck me as the stink of a scorpion. You got people, individuals that diverted public funds to their own benefits. The Seminole Cephas, the Betwawe, the Nathaniel Magay. Those guys are masquerading with impunity. But let me tell you, as if that is not even serious, the worst thing that you and I need to consider, and every other Liberian, is these people within that culture of impunity are rearing their heads to be elected for higher public offices. This is sad. What kind of investor will see what is happening in Liberia will want to put his money in the system? So when you have a leader who does not grow the private sector, who doesn't have the acumen, you see, Cummings brings so much to the table. As a businessman, he has that acumen, ACUMEN, the know-how, that business know-how of how to create jobs, how to protect money if it is in the system, because security, they tell you, they say money is security. Money by itself is security. You say now, yeah, now you're hungry. You don't get money, you are not secured. You got money in your pocket and you show what you eat tomorrow, you have security. And that is not restricted or limited to, or should not be limited to only people who have jobs. Even people who don't have jobs but are venturing in businesses, they must have that assurance that the future is bright. So Cummings is saying, look, if the sweeper is to earn $50 a month, ensure and for no reason should he wait for his $50 when it is due. Give him his money. Respect him for the labor that he performs. And I am telling you that I'm quoting Cummings, I will create jobs. We will ensure that investors will find Liberia as a place to come and do business. That country is rich. We have a lot of resources. Our population is small. A lot of investors want to troop to the country. But look, the reason why there has been no one concession under this dispensation, from the word go, we are indicated that he and his folks have come to grab and go, just as others did. When people would divert investment to their own pockets, that Magay would do, people want to come and invest, say, look, Mama, just bring the money, I'll give you the contract. And at the end of the day, the person begins to cry for me money. You know, so, and look, let me just say this, my brother, as we continue to discuss, we'll say all of these things, Monia. This is my frustration. All of what we're saying here, people are only concerning themselves of who can win elections rather than who should win elections. Because other people brag of numbers. Yes, you have the numbers, but you have had an opportunity to steer the affairs of the state for 12 straight years as a second in command.
In fact, let me just hold you there. You know, something just came to my mind. You said they got the numbers. But my question to our Liberian people, they got the numbers. How many of that numbers lives have been changed? The numbers, they got the numbers for the last 12 years. For the last 15 years, for the last 6 years, they got the numbers. The leader is likable, whatsoever. How many, my people, you don't listen to me?
Right.
Their numbers, how many people in that numbers to say these are the numbers and we change 51% of these numbers, they are all doing good, they got a job.
Right. You heard your finance minister in one of his usual, you know, cosmetic showboating, saying that the government within the past 6 years provided jobs for 27 million people out of poverty.
Yeah, our population is 5.
I just laughed. So yes, you have the numbers, and let us say, for the sake of argument, you can win elections. Of what difference is it that you come and do the same old thing over and again and expect different results? When people concern themselves with coming to inflate their pockets and walk away, build mansions and homes outside of Liberia, and then they leave the ordinary people subjected to abject poverty. When we talk about economic vibrancy, it is not only for Franklin Wisse, Siddiqui, Shadrach, Arthur, and Monier to have money in their pockets.
No way.
Economic vibrancy is a holistic, a liberation of the masses from abject poverty to a level of economic vibrancy, the bread and butter issue. And that can come as a result of job creation. So if somebody tells you, look, we'll create more jobs, we have the ability to do it, we have the history, go and look at where we went, what we did, we will ensure that Liberians will not be spectators in their economy. You will have jobs. That is a little you need to consider, because Cummings brings so much to the table that is distinct from all of the political actors. One way or the other, all of them over there have held serious governmental positions. What did they do? I mean, just name them, those that are wanting to be president. Cummings comes with a brand new philosophy. One time when I was in Liberia, I visited his office, and when you are explaining how the orderliness and the procedure and things are, I laughed. The 2 times I visited Cummings' office, that's how it is. If Cummings is expecting you to his office, from the gate up to the point of meeting him, there will be that reception. You're not going to ask people, you got an appointment with the chief. Before you get there, it is already established that you are coming there. And then one time, so when he and I were talking, he said, frankly, one of the reasons why we are not, performing as we ought to, he said, it is because we are not measuring our performance.
Yep.
The ordinary civil servants go to work in Liberia. Just look at what I'm saying. I've been there. I'm not anybody who has been out of Liberia for long. I spent my life over there, and I know what I'm talking about. They clock in, if even they do, I don't know what they even do. Say 9 o'clock, that's the working hour in Liberia. Mostly 9 o'clock. Once it is 12 o'clock, those folks go for lunch break. They don't come back to office. From lunch break, they start setting an appointment with their girlfriends to go to the motels. They start setting their girlfriends to go for lunch at Everlyn or Diners or whatever. And from there, they just call their office boss, my man, like my office, I'm not coming. So how do you measure performance? There is no quality in their performance. And then the country suffers. But these are people who are being paid taxpayers' money every month. So
this guy got free car, got free scratch card, got a telephone.
Exactly.
And instead of he sitting in the office, you go to a restaurant.
Right.
You see there, they go there 12 o'clock, they don't go back home.
They don't come back. Their offices are closed. I'm telling you, I know what I'm saying. Yeah. Cummings is saying peak performance. Peak, P-E-A-K, performance is a hallmark. Everybody must be at that level. Even the sweeper, if you are supposed to come and make sure you sweep the office before everybody comes to work, make sure you are there and you perform your duty before everybody comes. If people come to work and then you are still sweeping, you will be queried. You'll be self-queried, and you will be probably held accountable. So from the sweeper up to the administrator in the office, when everybody is giving in his best, you will find out there will be, a kind of a peak performance in the discharge of our duties. These are things that keep our country behind. We claim to be the oldest republic since 1847. Look at that country. Monier, look at our country. And everybody want to blame it on the Liberian Civil War. Hell no. The Liberian Civil War ended long since.
We can't continue. My people, you're listening to us. This is the General Show live on 96.1 Truth FM. And I will always make the disclaimer, it has nothing to do with Truth FM. It is from us. And you that are listening to us, you are driver, you are policeman, you everything. It is sad because the policeman will continue to stop that taxi driver because the policeman make $100 a month.
Right.
The teacher will continue to give the student makeup because that teacher is making nothing but 10,000 liberty.
Right.
So you go to the hospital, that nurse will continue to do what she's doing because there is nothing there for her. But these are people who doing the jobs. You got houseboy. You houseboy, your boss man costing you. Your boss man not supposed to cost you. You working for your boss man. Your boss man, you go there, you work for 1 whole month. Then the boss man tell you, I don't get money. You driving for the boss man. Then he costs you up. No, you're not living with him. That is what we call labor, dignity of labor. Everyone should be respected. Mm-hmm. I'm driving for you. I'm not your boss. I'm driving you around. That is why if someone who is your driver, your security, and your cook, Frankie, how will you cost your cook? You'll be eating a spit all day. How you will cost your driver?
Yeah.
How will you cost your gate man? And that's the person that protecting you We call it dignity of labor. We don't
Right.
respect it. We don't respect these things. That is what we want to put to an end. I see people driving from Mr. Cummings. I look at Mr. Cummings' driver the other day. I said, look at the guy. This guy get paid on time. Mr. Cummings never tell them, say, my man, you got to wait for 2 months before I pay you. This man got his family to feed. If Mr. Cummings don't pay that driver, when that driver going down the road, he'll put a passenger in that car, quick, to collect small thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
And I see policemen picking up coal coming from all the way to the. And you know the policeman told me? I said, my man, you picking up coal? He said, my man. I can't put my man allowed. He said, I will not put my man in the street. He chucked the coal in the police pickup. This is not fair. Our people are working. How you expect a policeman to come to you in the night when somebody attacking you when the policeman said don't have a car? These are the people that are doing the work.
Right.
They must be paid. You get police director getting $10,000, but the common man in the street getting $100. You got the senator making all this money. They're putting all the benefits on their own. They're collecting $10,000 and $30,000 a month or a year. But 12 years, they ain't got one ambulance in the community. They ain't got one fire truck. They ain't even got a community center or a clinic. But they pack this money and they coming back to you and they say you must vote for them. Then you stay behind them. Look at Edwin Snow. How can a company owe a country $14 million and you waive it? In America, by the time you're in jail, the company, they will seize everything from that company. But the man told you they waive 14, my people, $14 million, that's more money. $1 million, are plenty money. It can do plenty for us. Our country is so small. We easy. Look at Sierra Leone. Look at our neighbors. They're not better than us. Look at our young women, children, girls. They're selling in the street, Frankie. Soon in the morning, they live 9-year-old child selling cold water. You can't even harass the man because you don't have free education to say the child must go to school.
Right.
That child must go to school. Our teachers, everybody teaching in library. The man in the 12th grade, he teaching 7th grade. What is that? The man just graduated from University Library, but then he teaching a course there. Where in the world you not see that thing happening, my people? Because nobody want to work. No money. $10,000 you pay teacher. 10,000 liberty. How much US? How much? What kind of man will send his child to school? It is your right to send your children to private school, my people, but government school must be good. If President Weah announced today, he said free education for all primary schools, you see how many people will get their children to school. We got the money, we can make it. We can do it. So please, my people, you listen to us. It's not because we love Mr. Cummings. We don't love him. We don't admire his platform. And there's no other person out there that talking. There's the only man that say, I will do, we can do it together. Is you must ask them, what have you done and what are you going to do? It's not what you not do for me. They give you $5, you go vote, that 5-year problem. They make it $10, that 10-year problem. I mean, they may give you that 5 years, he give you $2 for every year. Then the man going to make his millions. I'm telling you, we ain't got no time to be wasting for Frankie to can't stand up here. I'm standing here and everybody here lying to. We ain't got no reason of lying. Please.
Look,
This
Monia,
election is very important. Coming.
sorry, Monia, before you bring in the others, because you said something here that really struck me. You know, when you talk about the likes of Edwin Snow, who had all those things, the negative things to say about Ambassador Boyka, and then the next day people saw him in bombing, you know, going to support, pretentiously supporting Boyka and what have you, and the same people who condemned him were celebrating it. You see, look, let me tell you, the vice president to our ex-world president, William R. Todberg, I think he was Reverend Daniel B. Wonder or something.
Yeah, Daniel B. Wonder.
My dad always reminded me of one of his famous quotations. He said, the problem with us Liberians is us.
Yeah.
My brother, we are the architects of our own misery. You see the way we're talking about October? Everybody, October, right? You hear some people saying, I'm just going to the post. I just want to see my party emblem. I just want to see my party emblem. It doesn't matter, you know. But here's what can happen. The result or the outcome of the decisions we make at the polls are consequences that all of us face. When the Texan is leaving from Broad Aranda to say ERWA or Relay, the camera doesn't ask, Which political party you from?
No.
It a man fair that $200 my young man.
200.
That $200.
What are you from CDC or you from
So we all
Liberty?
we bear the brunt. But let me tell you what is about to happen in that country. A lot of people talk to us on a daily basis. Look, there is a wave, a renaissance of consciousness that is spreading across the country. Our people are becoming conscious by the day. Let me give you an example. The by-elections and the midterm elections. You saw how our people acted?
Yeah.
They are not talking anymore. They told me, look, a lot of friends I know will be telling me, United Partisans, seditious, chairman, look, we are tired with this same old kind of politicians coming again and coming. We're not going to reduce our country to a two-party state, United Party CDC. It will shock you, the outcome of the 2023 elections, Money and everybody on this platform. It will shock you. I am telling you with some level of assurance that Liberia's next president will be Alexander Benedict Cummings. And don't tell me how it is going to happen. I am just telling you, wait and see how it happens. Let each of us take a responsibility to reach out to people who we even know don't support Cummings. Talk to them. People are faced with the brunt of the hardship of that country. And people are going to make a very strong decision, even though they will be doing it silently. October 10 will be a real shocker, and it will shake the foundation of that country. Liberia's next president is Cummings. We can't continue with this mess that we inherited for yesteryears and is persisting. We are privileged to have somebody that Cummings. If Cummings were a Nigerian, a Kenyan, or a South African, Liberians will respect him. To rise up to the level of vice president of the world's biggest beverage, corporation, Coca-Cola, and you think it's a child's play? You think it's a child's play? You work in America here. Even the little places that you work, you know what it takes for them to take you from one level to another. You must be at the top of your performance. We have somebody like Cummings who is available to fix our country, and you think we're going to gamble? Our people are listening, and the narrative is changing. Go ahead.
Well, thank you, Frankie. You said, before we go to our telephone line, and I love to play this. Mr. Cummings is the only guy that said this to us, and I call this the unity speech. The unity speech. Yeah, Siddiqui, what are you trying to say?
No, the time.
Yeah, how many more minutes we got there?
Whoever left, just the 1 hour 30 minutes.
No, we ain't doing nothing. I was thinking, okay, let's go to the line quick and let's open the line. So, guys, get ready and make your calls and give them 30 seconds. Let them call. Please, we are out of time, but we want you to stay call. So, and put the number out there quick. Let them make the call. 30 seconds.
We'll take 4 calls at most. And so
make it 6, man. Make it 6. They will not kill us on our time. Make it 6.
Okay, we'll take 6 calls. 0776.
I don't want to waste our time here.
0776 339 You can call and then you'll be live on Truth 96.1. 0776 339 Let's go to Central so you get Central. Yeah, so you can announce the other number.
Go ahead, Shadrach. Go ahead.
0770 727572.
Okay, let it
Okay,
go.
so if you're listening to all, you are welcome on the general show. You can place in your call 0776 339 0776 339 But basically, general, you can.
Okay, I have the first caller on the line.
Okay.
Hello, caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, I'm Ned Regis, calling from Sarah, Norway.
Yeah, you can make your point.
Yeah, I want to tell you guys thank you. Whatever you are saying is true. It's a comment the right man to lead the country. Because these guys are running over to work at the young reason for that. But nobody already.
Okay.
Anybody maybe say he left back up, the city would be voted in the government. Because they're using unity to come in the right man.
Okay, thank you. We have another caller on the line. Your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning. Yes, John Solo calling from England. You are saying the truth, but if you know what you deserve for your children, you will make a change coming 10th October. We cannot continue to live with filthiness, dirtiness, and massive killing going on in our country, and there's nothing coming out of it. They really disappointed and failed us, and they have to thank you.
Okay, thank you. We have another caller on the line. Your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Archie. You might call from
Yeah, make a point.
I'm calling this afternoon to commend the general for his back-handed act there. Continue preaching the message of me. We have told people that Kumi is the only alternative for this country. Without Kumi, there's no better leader than Kumi. Kumi, I will face this country in the challenge, face this country for the environment. So, like when people we gotta live our minds, that look for real change, and then we'll continue with it. We still know that continue keeping our communities country.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you. We have another caller on the line. Your
Okay.
name and where are you calling from?
Yes, I heard much of Mr. Kumi. So I have a question for you people because there's a rumor that's happening around. If what the country is going to become like right in the country,
Thank
Okay.
you.
No, that person is still there. They gone already.
We have another caller on the line. Your name and where are you calling from?
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
This is Anthony Salah on the line from Jakarta, Pakistan.
Yeah, make a point.
Yeah, the point is that I thank God for all of you this afternoon for what we were discussing on radio. The only manner of word that I want us to come through, but I heard your studio guys saying that we tired with the mess and just things happen on this media. So I bet let them control maybe the speech. But it's very wonderful what you are saying is true.
Okay, thank you. We have another caller. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Jonathan Russell calling from Mapanga Community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I follow your story and I think Jose Yimokwaga is the right choice for this coming election.
Okay, thank you.
People didn't desire to say the church.
Is there another caller? Okay. Are you there?
Yeah, we have another caller on the line.
Hello.
Okay, the caller. They go off.
Yeah, I think we have taken like more than
Okay, let's take this
75
caller.
year old
Your
man.
name and where are you calling from?
Who spent 42 years. She feeling blasted me and now she can ask me that you
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
that you don't want to say the man that
My name is Abdul
Mm-hmm. Make your point.
Yeah, my point is I want to thank you all so much for that discussion. We as a friend will not use our hair to vote for me. I'm sorry for the last year again. Because my friend around ready to back me, but because of my platform, I did that was all for me. Because we can't get change and do the thing what in a year, so that's the go. So they will try to vote for me and see the change of me. People will say, Kumi just coming to the way for just coming.
Okay. All right, that's good.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay, guys, thank you. And there's a guy who called and asked a question concerning this gay. No, Mr. Cummings do not support gay rights. Mr. Cummings will never support gay rights, and we will not support gay rights in Liberia because the fact of the matter is that Liberia is a small place. We know our culture. But because of the rumors and whatsoever, people look, don't you know the government of Liberia that we don't know today have already signed the American government paper on gay rights? It was on the Executive Mansion website and they just took it down. My people, we need to stop it. Mr. Cummings was not, he had never been a gay. He's married. He been married for 42 years. He got 2 children. He got 5 grandchildren. There's a guy they call Obe from the CDC, now supporting the UP. He was the one who started their lies. And I want you to listen to his tape. Please listen to what he said from his own mouth. These guys, they will lie, and today it catch up with them. And I want you to please listen to it. This is what Obe said.
Right now, in the people restaurant, get one before meal. I was so looking around the place, so crowded, foreign guests all over the place. Now you don't want to say the men are gay? You call the men gay? And that gay thing, I invented it and I stuck it on Ellis Kume, and it's stuck. Shit. It's stuck. Today that gay thing still on Ellis Kume. It was something I invented. And the way I did it, I called somebody from Atlanta, where you are living. So I created a story and I called the person and I attached the person into it. The person is a big Liberian guy too. You say, yeah, my man, Jack will tell you that true. So I use that person as a reference. That information. So that's what we did for Josh Weah to get him to where he is.
Okay, so guys, you hear that for yourself. You on Radio Land. This is what Obe said. And also there was an interview that Liberian people who don't understand English. Do you support gay right or are you or gay? It's a two different thing. But Mr. Cummings have never supported gay. And this all these things are just below us, because I myself here, if Mr. Cummings were gay, I'm not going to support him. But because we ain't got nothing to say, we're quick to lie on people. But I'm not going to be wasting my time to talk about who gay in Liberia, who not gay in Liberia. Let them live their life. Now, I will tell you, let them live their life. But Mr. Cummings is not a gay. He have never been a gay. He married. We should try to respect people. Please, you don't respect them. Even if you don't like them, let respect them. They got all the gays and lesbians passing around. They have Robert Salif passing around. We say nothing. Y'all need to ask that question. Y'all shouldn't go on poor innocent man because the man can't hang out. You ain't see no girlfriend on the other side. He can't go dance with the girls there in the night. All the things that they put their vest, they ain't get nothing to say about the man. So my people, y'all who listen to us, the men are gay, they continue to lie because they ain't get nothing to say. The man was not a gay, he never been a gay, and he will never be a gay. And he don't support gay right. Like, bro, too small for two men to marry. We not offer that. We not offer that. You won't do it to yourself. Let God bless you. But for me, I'm not supporting it. Mr. Cummings will not support it. And nobody here will support it. We ain't got nothing against you. You want to live your life, you live your life. That's your business. But please, we should stop lying. If the person are gay, tell the person are gay, but don't lie on somebody who not gay. I beg you. Please, I'm a Christian, I'm a believer, and I believe in woman and man. And Mr. Cummings believe in a woman and man. That's why he been married for 42 years. 2 children, 5 grandkids. Why would continue to insult somebody like that? That's somebody father, that's somebody brother, that's somebody husband, that's somebody leader. Let us stop it, my people. Please, we beg you. He's not a gay and he's never been a gay. Because I know him, I have come closer to him. Please, let's stop it. It's not good like that. It's not good at all for us to start lying. So thank you very much, guys. So let's do our closing. We have spent more of the time, but I think it's going to be 1 hour, 45 minutes or whatsoever. But I want to say thanks to the FM family and True Family, True FM family. And this is the 96.1. And thanks to you, frankly, you can come on here all the time. Every time you have the time. Welcome. I know today, Siddiqui, I know you guys already want to talk, but you're in talk plenty anyway. You and Cedra, that's good. I put you in one corner there. Okay. But anyway, Atta, also thank you very much for your time. Yesterday, we had Mayborn on the other day. And we'll see on Monday. And don't forget, Mr. Cummings is in Philadelphia. The CPP convention is this weekend. And we will be picking Mr. Cummings up from the airport. From there, we're having our meet and greet, and then from there, we'll go to Philadelphia. We'll have the business meeting at my church. And then on Sunday, he might go to the African Methodist Church in Trenton. But we will tour Trenton on Saturday and Philadelphia. And then we're doing everything possible that we'll send him back to Liberia for the campaign. So you are free to be part of it. And that's it. And also to our wonderful chairman, Musa Ability. He's out of the country and he'll be back very soon. And Charlie is also here, the powerful, strong, energetic, and smart, educated young woman. She is the eyes of the youth. Yes. I want to say thank you very much. And we must go door to door. The Jehovah's Witness star has continued. We will compete. We will win this election. So give your 3 seconds closing, Frank, and then we'll go to the guys, and then we can call this for the day.
No, so thank you for the opportunity. I'm available anytime. Just give me a call. I'm just a phone call away. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, Shadrach, let's go. Okay, see. Okay.
Okay, thank you
Okay,
ever so
folks,
much
so
for
that's
the
how
show,
we come to the
General.
end of.
And his message told my young colleagues, let us fret to make Mr. Cummings the next president for Liberia. Thank you.
Okay. Close up, Sidiki. You can take us home.
Thank you, thank you, Chairman, and thank you, Mr. Kishan. Thank you for coming on. But I hope to see you all on Monday. Okay. So, folks listening to us through the radio, we want to say thank you. We are sorry for the bad internet today, but Monday will solve everything out, and it's going to be great on Monday. And so, this is about Liberia. So, like I said to you, Mr. Cummings is currently in the US with Fixer 2, and they are engaging the Liberian people. So basically, we'll be back on Monday. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is the date of the general show. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. Goodbye. God bless.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. And we had a good show today. And according to the amount of people that call in, and the show is resonating. I've been receiving texts. It's so sad that a lot of people who want to call, but they don't want to call. And they inboxing me. I got 5, 6, 7 texts from people who watching the show. And the other guy said, when they text me, inbox me, and then I understand that they don't want to be. He said, thank you, a nice show, keep it up. Then I got 2 ladies that called me. The other one said, thank you, General, keep it up, from Cinco. Wow. Oh, all right. Then I got this guy, he said, okay, what is the Fal is this guy from Grand Jita. This guy got his own show from Grand Jita. He said, thank you very much for the show. He said, keep it up. So you see, people are resonating to the show. When you listen to the callers, I got about 5 person who called in favor of Mr. Cummings. There's another guy who called in favor of Mr. Cummings from his explanation, but I know because he said he never called Cummings' name, I decided not to put in there. So all the calls, one person called for JNB. He said all the thing we're doing, Mr. Bwaka is the next president, which that's his right to say that. And the show is resonating, my people. Let me tell you. And somebody else watched it. I was surprised that and Mr. Bidel, what is the Eugene Bidel from the ANC for the first time was able to watch our show, and he called me. He watched the show. He said, wow, man, this is my first time to watch it. He's behind the scene. And I got a lot of other people here watching it. And I got Prince Masekwe. What about Musa Belete playing with our role phone support to support ANC? Let me tell you about something about Prince Masekwe. Let me put it up. Prince Marcus is saying, what about Musa Belete playing with our role phone? It's sad when I hear people asking such a question or making such a statement. Musa Belete don't owe any role phone. Musa Belete, how in the world you will owe something and you're walking in Monrovia and nobody can ask you? It is so shameful. If Musa Belete was supporting the CDC or the UP today, he would be considered a darling boy. But because Mr. Belete is supporting Mr. Cummings, now he owes role phone. The man went to court. He defeated the government in court. How can you tell a man to pay back taxes when you never even pass a law? At that time, there was no law. We just found out the truth. So sometimes I ask Darius Dillon, who are you, Darius? Are you just choose to be one of the corrupt politicians who knows the rules of law, but he's so corrupt? Yeah. So, guys, We're not going to be wasting our time on this. Is nonsense. Roll phone. Nonsense. Go ask the government are eating a roll phone. Every money on every gallon, there's certain cents on every gallon that goes to roll phones. And every petroleum distributor, people who sell gas, all roll phone. They collect that money and they give it every week or sometimes every 2 weeks. There is no way, the way the government is broke, no way you will owe government and be working in Morovia. No. No way that you will owe this government and you free to walk. What's your problem, Liberian people? What is our problem? The other guy told me, he said, oh, you know, Jeremiah Kun get green card. The other one said, oh, Jeremiah Kun and his family came a long time. Liberian, you gotta be too much. Yeah. But anyway, join us today for our meet and greet. It will be at 19 Adams Drive in Burlington, New Jersey, Burlington Township. And the business meeting will be held at 1500 Foster Avenue in Bristol. And also the ball will be at the Akana Hall in Philadelphia. Everybody know that hall in Philadelphia. So join us there. The ticket, I know you might see it, but it shouldn't stop you from coming there. Once you come around there, you might enter. So don't let it scare you. You understand? Don't let it scare you. But so far, to those of you who made a comment, I say thank you. Share the video, like the video. You can follow us on YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Facebook. We're doing our best. Live on 96.1, we can't ask for anything better than that, because 96.1 is the largest radio station in Liberia. Let me be honest with you. They are now into 12 counties. 12 counties. Yeah. So Levy Thompson, okay, I will send that to you. And 12 counties. And in fact, it will be almost in the entire country. But the True FM is in Grand Bassa County. There's a station there that relay. It's a True FM too, and they spray out to the southeast. And they got one in Nimba County, so they situated in 3 different counties, and they just send it out. So when you notice, people will call us. So far, nobody have called us from Maryland, and people will call us from Bombay Hills, Cape Man, Lofa County, and other places. But we are doing good. We will continue to do it. We have the privilege to go 5 days a week, but right now I chose 3 days a week. And it's not an easy thing. It's hard. And this is, see ya. And on Monday, we will show you, we'll talk about the drugs in Liberia to see what our young people going through. They got these drugs in Liberia that these children are taking. And it's so sad. It is sad that when they take these things, they're like a zombie. Like a zombies. Yes. So we'll show that to you next week. And you can see them performing with all kinds of, look at this one. Look at this one there. Look at this. You see the ball looking? Yeah, it's sad. You know, I'm not happy about it. But this is what our country have gone to. This is what happening.
Charlie Broski, c'est quoi? I want, yes. Party, party, party house.
Popo Leo. Yes, this is the song. When you listen to the song, I think you know who sang this song. You can hear the sound and the voice. There's no other person but the Cell Phone Man. The Cell Phone Man is the one that he's the one that make this song here. And there's another one again. There's another one called Cummins Will Win. We will win. Yeah, there's another one called We Will Win. We will win. You feel it? Together we stand. Together we stand. We achieve some ground. We're not willing to fall. I'm work hard. You work hard. We will win. We will win. CPP. We will win. NC. We will win. 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 CPP. We will win. NC. We will win. We will win. We will win. We will win. Take out the London. The La Legadia. I got him from a football pro. If you never let us do, my movie is a member pro. I can move. I can get book up back. I get book in a one. Come in fence. Raise your hands. Do the dance. Feel pleasant. Come in fence. Raise your hands. Do the dance. Feel pleasant. Okay, the two songs I just play you, I have a little reservation for them. I like the sound, but I don't like the music, to be honest with you. I like the sound. There's certain things in the music I don't like. It is my view, but it's a good song. But if I was there and I write such a song, I will remove it. You see, I know sometimes you think I criticize my own sometimes. But this song, let me be honest with you. My problem with this song, CPP, we will win. ANC, we will win. ANC is not the only party in the CPP. You got ANC and Liberty Party. I know y'all carry A. I say, oh, Monica, I know my friend, you can't listen to me now. And you can't want to hear voice. So, it needs to be removed out. And the other song is nice. But when you only talk about ANC Global in that song, and when you start calling names in song, it creates hard feelings for other people. Look, there's a boy who make a song, who are doing a song. He said, oh my man, I won't make a song about it. I say, if you want to put a song together about me, about the general, no problem. But if you want to make song for CPP, and then in that song, and you say the general and you call my name in that song, I still don't like it, because you know what? It's not about me. But if you decide to call the general, then I expect you to call Miata, who also on the internet. You call Yasini, who also on the internet. You call Duke, who on the internet. So if you decide to call people who are fighting, you call the names. I mean, that's me. That's me. Or don't call names. Don't, because if you call my name in that song, maybe somebody want to purchase the song, but they don't like me. They're not going to buy the song. You know, if the song is only about me, no problem. No problem. But if you say, you say CPP, or then you say ANC Global, people who supporting only CP, who supporting the CP, the two parties, they say, but nothing there for CPP. So no, that's just it. CPP and ANC, the Liberty Party man say, I can't buy this song here because there's nothing there but Liberty Party. We got to be smart. We got to be smart. I can't stand it. If somebody just do the song, and when you call, you say this other person, I know sometimes you don't like it. You don't like it. But that's me. I listen to the other song. I love the beat, the first one. But when you say Muna Fahad, the Iron Lady, and then you talk about ANC Global, and then you kill the song. The song starts fine, but if you're listening to the song, other people will say, you kill the whole song, man. You kill the song. If you want to be about global, then be about global. If you want to be about CPP, then be about CPP. Listen, Mr. Cummings, Charlene Bromsky, they are the standard bearers and vice standard bearer of CPP. There will be no ANC on the ballots. I am a registered member of ANC. Me, I don't this time when I talk with people with facts. I am a registered member of ANC, but I am a supporter of the CPP. This is my ID card. When you look here, you see it? CPP, eminent member. I am an eminent member of ANC. You see that? Not everybody got this ID card. You're in America, you're only a member, but they didn't get your ID card yet. So I got my ID card from Liberia. You see it? I know you pay your dues. Levy, you're a member, but you don't get this ID card. Oh, yeah. Miata, you're a member, but you don't get the ID card. So you see, I went to Liberia and I got my ID card. This is it. Yeah, this is my ID card. My CP ID card. This is my national ID card. This is my voting ID card. You see that? And this is my other ID card here. They want here. The US dollar ID card. So I am a member of ANC. But let me be honest with you. This is about CPP. CPP is the ANC and the Liberty Party. So I will talk to Nika. You have to talk to okay, take picture and send it. Okay, maybe because a lot of every time ever since I've been I mean get my ID card. I went to Liberia, got my ID card. So yeah, and so that song I like it. Mr. Cummings will win, but when you talk about ANC and CPP, then you say ANC, CPP. I know your ANC people will love Mr. Cummings. I know that, but you'll get over it. You know, I'm continuing to use the word CPP because I met this guy. I should have recorded him, but I just walk on them. They were talking that this guy said they will go in the communities and tell the people that if you don't see Mr. Cummings' picture on the ANC, don't vote. Because they're trying to cheat. So I look at the guy and say, where are you from? But this guy, people going around the community, they're not saying it on radio. They'll go around and say, because they know there's no ANC on the radio. And let me tell you, me honestly, who doing it? It's the Liberty Party, it's the UP and CDC. But UP doing it more. They're going around in the community and telling people, oh, if Mr. Cummings' picture is not on it, with our logo, don't vote. They're not talking about say there's no CPP. No. CPP. Mr. Cummings and Charlene picture will be on the banner say CPP, and you will see the two logos, the Unity Party, the Liberty Party logo, and the ANC logo. So we need to get used to it. CPP, 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 CPP. If you can just say CPP the whole day, you get used to it. Mr. Cummings and Charlene Bromskin, standard bearer and vice standard bearer of CPP. There's no ANC on the ballot. And that other song, Muna Fahar, Strong Lady, the ANC or whatsoever, if somebody who don't like Muna Fahar now, they will not buy the song. They will not want to play the song. I'm not the one who I dance the song, I like the song, but sometimes I'm gonna be creative, I'm gonna be very smart. If Muna listen to me, I got nothing against you. But it's public, that is why I'm speaking on the public. That's my opinion. I don't have to go in the corner and talk about it. But which is true, but the song is good. Now, so maybe she paid for the song now. Maybe she paid for the song. And so if she paid for the song for them to put it together, then maybe she said they should put a name on there. But if you say Muna Fahar is the Iron Lady, then what will you say about Yasini? What will you say about Dr. Frances? What will you want to talk about Miata, who spent all the time on Facebook now killing herself? And then I'm now a woman, so I'm putting myself there. What will you say about other women who out there doing it? They are not. No. Or maybe it's the past at the time she was very, close or whatsoever. So that's my thing. I know people are going to kill me on that, but we are all doing what we're supposed to do. Yeah. Yeah. So, and yeah, and Miata, you are right. We are very sensitive. I bring this thing up because someone made a comment on that too. But for me, I tell people I don't care. I don't worry about these things. But I'm very sensitive to things that go public. I'm very, very sensitive to things that go public. So when I editing, if I do a video or wedding or whatsoever, there's certain things I don't post. Sometimes I tell people, I say, if you can remember names, don't call names. Because when you go to a wedding and you start calling names, you the best man or you the person speaking, and you start calling names, you put yourself in trouble because you might end up forgetting about people. And most of the time for us that do these things, they forget about us. I go to a program, you work, you kill yourself, you do everything, they forget about you. Sometimes they don't give you food to eat. The MC, the video guy, the photographer, they don't give them nothing. They don't even tell them thank you. They don't even recognize them to say, oh, thank you for working. Thank you for doing this. This person, what are you paying them? But they're standing on their feet. Yeah. They don't recognize you. They do things. You will be right in front of them. Oh, yeah, but then we kind of, oh, wow, we forget our own. But let me tell you this. Nobody take my glory. I can't take nobody's glory. But to win, it's a teamwork. This is not one person thing. No. I would not be that naive and stupid to tell people, oh, it's because of me, Mr. Cummings is doing. No, not me. No. Because of you and myself. You watching me, you sending a message, you sharing it on your page. I'm the one running my mouth. Miata only talking. All you dare to do is to share Miata. If you don't watch Miata, nobody will listen to her. If you don't watch me, nobody will listen to me. So we all doing it together as a teamwork. When Mr. Cummings speak, all we need to do is to take down his speech, break it down and put it in our own words. Some of us that we don't speak no big book. We don't start using words that librarian man can understand. And one of our friends posted something when you look at the 5 whats and how of Mr. Cummings, you can talk about the infrastructure, you talk about job creation and agriculture, education, health. But in there, they broke it down again and tell you what they want to do on our infrastructure, what they want to do on. But if you post the details about what you're going to do, the librarian man will not read it. But it's easy for the librarian man to understand infrastructure. Oh, electricity, and good drinking water, internet. It's easy for the librarian man to understand. If you say job creation, they know straight. Oh, yeah, the man won't create job. When you talk about agriculture, they know straight. But when you start to give the details, it's too much long process for us. That is why even if you're doing a flyer, right now, if you go to laboratory, if you take any flyer to laboratory, all you need to do, just put and Charlene and Mr. Cummings' picture and just make it easy. Just call them fixer. One or two, or you call them, just put a name. Anything you put in the back. Librarian can read. Even the one that go to school can read. That's too much process to be reading. So sometimes the guys who go on Facebook and give you the long pages. Facebook is not for you to go and read a whole book on. No. You read something, just short. So, and I always like when I do mine, sometimes you driving, you texting, you want to put A's, it tend to TO, you want to put this one, it tend to this. We all make that mistake, but when you put a long piece, what time are they going to read it? Yeah, I must say I get tired reading it too, and, and some will go to the top, go in the middle, go in the and finish. And you writing against some guys, may his soul rest in peace. Edward Doe could write. Every day he posting some kind of thing. I was just going through some of his things that he posts sometimes on the economy and this and that. And yeah, last minute time he was a Joseph Boakai supporter. And he couldn't stand Mr. Cummings, but just to find out that this guy was trying to support Mr. Cummings, he tried to get closer, but it never worked out because of certain people. Yeah, Nelson, you're right, Nelson. Those who promote the music, who sponsor the music, they will always, their music, they have the right to do that. I don't think that the singer was wrong for the shame. Yeah, no. And I understand what you're saying. I said maybe they pay for it, but and I tell you, if that's a song that and people, it's easy for the people to gravitate to the person you're selling. The person in that song is the man himself, Alex Cummings, Charlene Bromsky, and the party, the CPP. In that song, they talk about ANC Global. So people will listen to, it's a nice song, I can dance it, but the ANC people will dance the song more. You understand? The ANC people will dance the song. Let me be honest. People who sponsor the song, like my friend Nika, he actually told the boys to play and put that song together. I will win. But his name is not in the song. The only problem with that song was the CPP and then CPP, then they say ANC, CPP, ANC. But understand that we got ANC and CPP. We got ANC and Liberty Party in the CPP. So if you're going to say CPP, then you say ANC, Liberty Party. You make the Liberty Party man feel good too. Then you can. So the song is not bad, but that part of the mistake. But most of the time, when you're selling, I'm not here for myself. I'm not here to support, to tell you about Mr. Cummings' chief of staff. I'm not here to tell you about somebody else who's supporting Mr. Cummings. All I dare to do is about Mr. Cummings. If I play, don't you know that in Mr. Cummings 5 watts, I noticed something. Because I put my name at the end of it, other people play it, but they don't show that part of it. Or they don't want to show it. Supposed to stay, I know, I'm not going to call name here. Everybody took it and do whatever they want to do with it. Some people did. I did another one. I put the first ANC song on it, Mr. Cummings with and what he said, Snotte. But what I did was after I listened to it, Snotte, I said, but Snotte is not part of the party anymore. I cut it off. Yeah, I cut that song. I took that part off and put it back. Because when you play a song now about Mr. Cummings and Snotte, now, why would I want to play a song that tell you Snotte Cummings ticket when that thing is being passed? You see? Like you won't play so I do that, I cut it off. And if you play a song now and call Chairman Good the chairman. That's an old song. We need to be playing new song now for the new election. That's me. That's my own view, you know. So it's not if they are the one who sponsor the song. I know sometimes people get pissed off with me. They say, but why you raise the kind of issue for? No, it's public. It's out there. I got the right to criticize it. But I listen to the song. I like the song because it talk about Mr. Cummings. But when you start to go down into details, then it almost like the same thing that song the boy made. What the boy says, same for the June 7th. All the other advocates that were there. But you want to talk about the June 7th, talk about the June 7th. But you make it look the June 7th, it was a few group of people. Yako Koloba was talking, Prophet Key was talking. The other person was talking. So all, you know how long people be on. Listen, that's me. It didn't some be on a particular thing. So I'm not here to be, it's just like, okay, no, so the IE and Barrow song. What Dominic Brappo did. Dominic Brappo combined the IE and the Barrow song together. And the Lone Star. Then certain time when it reached to the IE, then the IE people get up. Then when the Barrow people on, then the Barrow people get up. Then the IE people can just sit there and be looking. You know what I'm saying? But if there were only IE, no Barrow man going to dance to IE song. No Barrow man would dance to IE song. No Unity Party man would dance to IE song. And ANC song. No Unity Party. So we'll do the same thing. So we would dance to the song. But if somebody don't like Muna, don't like Mariah, they will say, my man, I don't want to hear that thing you're talking, man. I like red people. So that's me. The song is about Mr. Cummings. Let it be with Mr. Cummings. The song should be about CPP. Yeah. That's why when you come on, yes, you can talk about yourself on certain time. But don't tell me how long you've been in this business. You spend 10, 15 minutes talking about how long you've been in the business. Nobody know now. No. Go straight. I don't go on the platform to talk about myself. I'm not here to talk to people who support Mr. Cummings. I'm here to talk to people who don't support Mr. Cummings. So I always happy when other side call me and say, no, I'm not supporting Mr. Cummings. I feel good because you know what? You're listening to me. That's all. I like to go into the area where people not support Mr. Cummings. I want to talk to Sedition. I want to talk to somebody from UP. I want to be frank with you. I will bring women on. I will be bringing women because I'm talking about the young people that people are targeting right now. So I will bring women on the show. I will bring young children on the show. Next week, you will see new faces, people that you don't know. There's a boy that's supposed to come out today. They call Emmanuel. We don't know what happened. We've been trying to get him. But maybe you're supposed to go to the studio. I'm not going to bring Louis Brown. I'm not going to bring Wisner. Or if I would bring him by now, I would prefer bringing Mr. Cummings. I'm not going to bring Mr. Ability. Okay, you're always nice to have Mr. Ability. So I'm not bringing nobody else to come say something. If I would bring any ANC or CPP person or Liberty Party, it will be a young man. But I'm not going to bring no other person who you guys now see over and over, you know. So that's what I'm talking about. Well, so at least someone agree with me. And yes, you see, I agree with this. You can, you know, we already got 1 and 2. We already got a standard bearer. Listen, look at me show you something. So let me show you guys something. You see this? The first time I fixed it, I only had Mr. Cummings' picture on it. At that time, there was no standard, there was no vice standard. I took it to Liberia. I gave it to people. I took about 100 pieces of this thing. I gave it to people. So if you see anybody with this, with only Mr. Cummings' picture on it, that means at that time there was no standard bearer. But now we got a standard bearer. There's no way I can fix things like this and put Mr. Cummings' picture on it. No way. No way. And I want to tell people, you cannot say Mr. Cummings' ministry. No, Cummings' Bromskin administration will be good for Liberia. Do not leave the second person out. Don't make no song and say Mr. Cummings will win. It's not about Mr. Cummings winning. It's Mr. Cummings, the CPP will win. CPP will win. Or Cummings Charlene, you put something in there to make it look good. Let me tell the reaction of that. Listen, this is not hard feelings. This is not hard feelings. This is a public criticism, and I'm responsible for what I'm saying right now. If I'm wrong, so be it. Let me be wrong. But it's hard for me to be wrong easily. It's hard. So if what I'm saying right now, on the only way I know that I'm wrong, if I get majority of the people telling me say you're wrong. But if I get majority of the people telling me say I'm wrong, I will not be wrong. But that is a real true. Okay, good. Muna just come up. Muna said something. We made a song before Charlene came. Okay, good. Now, but we just heard a song, so that's a good thing. She said that they made a song before Charlene came in the play, so that's a good thing. If somebody asked a question, but Muna have just cleared it that the song was made before. And somebody said something. Sometimes people who sponsor the songs, they put your name in a song. But for future, like Nika, I called Nika. I was joking. I said, Nika, why didn't put your name on the song? He said, for what? I said, oh, you smart. You know, when the boy made a song for I Will Win, Nika called me. I said, boy, I hear your name a song, man. You let it try. You let the boy made a song, all put your name in my memory. And I mean, I don't want running for office, you know. But the same thing to CPP ANC. CPP ANC. Listen, CPP.ANC/ Liberty Party. You know. Okay, good. I like that, Muna. You see, that one let the mulatto children and they quick to take responsibility. So she said the song will be updated, which is good. That means I play the song, but I don't go to that part of it. Every time I reach there, I stop it. My first time to listen to the song was yesterday. I went to go pick up my daughter from her campus, from college, and then I played the song. I said, wow, I like the song. I knew straight was what the guy needs, a cell phone man. I liked the vibes. You know, I was dancing it, but then when he reached to that part, I said, damn it, this song, I hope plenty people like it. But then, Mona, how you say you don't know who leaked the song? Only one person can keep secret, man. Only one person can keep it. So the people that leaked that song, between the men who sang the song, you and others. So somebody leaked this song. So y'all see Muna made it clear, yeah, so that's a good thing. So at least it's good. Let it, that song, I'm telling you, if you just do better with it, it reminds me about the George Weah song, that the football song there. And Country Giant coming. You know, I like the way the song started. I said, wow, we got one hot song too. Because we need hot song. Let it, that when you win, you sweat. I love the way. By the time I said this song, that cell phone man, that's a good, it's a good song. Don't get me wrong. But let it just be with, yeah, a cell phone man. Yeah. Okay, no. She said they want to do it. They will edit the song. But that's a good thing. We're all doing good. Listen, and I showed Muna, then talk to him to do it, and then look at Nika and Conrad went to Liberia. He saw the daughters. They got the daughters of Cummings, and he's one of the supporters. Man, the boy killing himself for the daughters of Cummings. Yeah. Look at one person says, so Madam Seri agent. Are your business? You're more worried Madam Seri being pregnant for 12 years. He said Madam Seri agent. Let me put it as so Madam Seri agent. How you call somebody agent? Yeah? How you call somebody agent? No problem. Any way you want calls. When you check it out now, any way you want calls, you can call her. Yeah? Madam Seri agent. So we are doing good so far. In fact, Muna, I would love to bring you on one of the show. I will inbox you. We come on Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday, 8 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock in Liberia on 96.1 FM. The show is gaining momentum, and according to the radio station, they called me and then they said, okay, Emmanuel is Tape. Your need tapping. So you say you sedition or like what? Yeah, thank you, Muna. Thank you. Yep. So they were added on there and everything will be fixed because that song we need to come back. We need to play. So when y'all get it, please, when you get it, just inbox me. Let me be the one to leak it out now, Muna. Please let me leak it out this time around. Yeah, let me leak it out. So I think maybe this is the first time I play a little bit of it on the radio, now on the show here. But people heard it already. A lot of people got it. Yes, she said that, and her name will be added. And I think Cell Phone Man is here. Mona know where she met him at, and the way, yeah. Y'all know Mona a baby man, so you can push her too hard. I heard she got a new baby. Congratulations, Mona. I know the baby said walking now, so I'm late. You are right, and you are totally right. They love this woman all over. I call her this woman the political Maradona of Liberia. She's loved by people around the world. Her first term was okay, and her second term, that's where the problem came from, especially when her son got into the government, Robert Salif, and other things, and that's where all the problem came from. But she's still a good president. She did good stuff where she took Liberia from at the time. Only someone with leadership can do that, and he has proven. President, we are talking back into the dungeon, and today UP want to run on Madam Salif, and Mr. Bwaka is not Madam Salif. Whether you like it or your business, Madam Salif is different from Joseph Bwaka. There is no way Joseph Bwaka can run on Madam Salif record because he refused to run on that record. And yes, thank you and thank you, thank you. Yeah. You know, let me answer. He said, "This is the only work you find many Liberians doing these days. Talk politics whole day, and these are and you yourself you find a work following people to listen to them because you don't have the opportunity to talk. So you see, you watching because if you're not watching me, I will not be talking. But because you want to hear me talking, you watching, and guess what? What I'm doing is still not cutting anything from me. So you watching me, I'm giving you information. So, and what I noticed that when I leave from here, if I mistakenly open another page watching somebody else, I will see this name here and watching other people. So one thing I noticed, most Liberians go from pages to pages and watch people, like my friend Tappy. Tappy's not the only work we got to do. That's good. It's a good thing. We got to find something to do. Yeah, we got to find something. Thank you. You know, you see, someone just answer you. You see, someone just answer you. Okay, guys, thank you very much. I'm preparing myself for today. We got to go and pick up Mr. Cummings by 5 o'clock, and we will go. We will enjoy ourselves today. Meet and greet. You are welcome to the meet and greet. Okay, let me see. Maybe I will. Let me see something here. I'm going to put the address up for you guys. We will win CPP. We will win CPP. We will win. We will win. We will win. Lane Johnson Salif, the Omar Tough. Okay. The address is 19 Adams Drive. Okay, guys. So thank you very much. And for those of you, if you are in the area and you want to come to the meet and greet, this is the address to the meet and greet. It's 19 Adams Drive in Burlington, New Jersey, 08016. And you're in the area at 7 o'clock today. It will start by 7 o'clock. So from 7 to whatsoever. And then from there will be a business meeting in Bristol. Bristol is not far from Philadelphia. It's in Pennsylvania. And the address is the 1500 Foster Avenue in Bristol, PA. And that also start at from 8 to 12, please. From 8 to 12 o'clock. Let me put it on there. So okay, so that will start at, okay, this is it. The business meeting start from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Please be on time. Be on time. I know librarian people can say, oh, you know the place. And Muna, I hope you come to this program here because I know you'll be there. Because you're coming business, nobody can play with you. What are you supporting anybody say about? You're doing everything for Cummings to win. I was in, let me tell you, I was in Grand Bassa County. And somebody came to me, you know Muna Fahad? I started laughing. I said, yes. I said, oh yes. You know, we used to live here. This I explained all 9 years. I said, but you can hear from her. He said, oh yeah, we can hear from her. Hey, oh, this she on Facebook talking. She said, more for Mr. Cummings. I said, yes, but it's the right thing, you're for Mr. Cummings. So, but I spent 4 days in Grand Bassa County. I had a nice time. And you know, I'm a fufu person. Where I ate the greater Dumba, the greater, I don't know, the cassava. My friend, mother, sis Francie, she prepared for us. She said, Muna, what you know, one of my best friends, I got plenty of best friends. They call him Robert Colette. Hey, mom. Said, Muna, I heard they say you intern. I said, yes. She said, when you come here, I say, I will be there. I will be there. And she said, how many persons you coming with? I said, I bring 4. In fact, I think I care about 6 persons with me because I gave lift to other people. And she served everybody. And I was so proud, man. She took care of everybody I won't win that day. I took Sidiki, well, 5, almost 6, and including the driver. And everybody ate. And I woman know how to cook. Yeah. And also to the ball in Philadelphia. The ball, if you go into the ball, is 63rd Street in Philadelphia. It's the African Culture Center. So you can't forget it. The African Culture Center, and it starts from 7 o'clock to wee wee hour. So please, let us support the CPP. We need money for pool washer. ENC Global did the same thing. There will be another program in Worcester or Rhode Island. I think I will be the MC for that one because somebody contacted me. So, but hopefully, I got to be in Liberia before the 30th of September. But you're listening to this junk. You're not listening to these people here. I call him junk. He tried to take this thing down from his page a long time, but he couldn't do it. So let's just listen to some clowns.
Last time, and now she can ask me, that you the open nation? I said, look at the one.
The idea that a 75-year-old man who spent 42 years.
She feeling blasted me, and now she can ask me, that you the open nation? I said, look at the one. That you don't want to say the men are gay, Oh, right now in the people restaurant. I was such a foreign guests at the place. Now you don't want that in on Ellis Kume and it's stuck. Shit. It's stuck. Today did I get it still Ellis Kume. It was something I invented. And I did it. I called somebody from Atlanta where he was in. So I created a story and I called the person. The person is a big librarian guy too. You say, yeah, my man, Jago tell people that true. So I use that did T would did for George Weah to get him to where he is. Shit, man. Politics is a big game, man. Yeah, so that I'm not confident that whole gate thing I invented it. Yep. She feel blasted me and she can ask me, that you don't open nation? I said, look at the one. That you don't want to see the men are gay? Oh, right now in the people restaurant, they get one me for meal. I was so she in the looking around the place, so crying, in foreign guests all over the place. That you don't want and that gay thing, I invented it and I stuck it on Eskume. It's stuck. Shit. It's stuck. Today did I get it still on Ellis Kume. It was something I invented. And the way I did it, I called somebody from I used to story and the person is my Jago tell people that true. So I use a reference. That information so that's what we did. T did for George Weah to get him to where he is. Shit, man, it's a big game, man. So I'm not confident the whole gate thing. Yep.
Okay, I think everything is okay, guys. We gotta call it quit. The computer itself getting tired, and so I'm done already. I was just doing that. But Monday we will have a brand new show on Monday. This is our second week of the show, so we have gone 6. No, this is the third week. This is the third week, yeah. Yeah, this is the third week of the show. We have gone 9 segments so far. We have done 9. Thank God. And according to O'Neill, the station manager, and other people, and I want to tap my back. And those of you who watch the show, and Mr. Ability also called me and said that people in the station said that everything is going fine so far. Everything is going good. I'm on course. I said that's good. And, first people want to also have this platform with different people. Listen, make it clear to you, I'm not running a network. I've already taken a side. I'm supporting Mr. Cummings. I'm not here to bring people on and tell them they can't discuss the Liberian economy. No. I'm not going to bring people on and you and myself spend all the time and tell you about raping in Liberia when we know there's a raping in Liberia. I'm here to spend all the time to sell you the best candidate. I'm here to tell you the goodness of this guy. Who is this guy? Who is Alexander Cummings? What he bringing to the table. I'm not here to tell you how George Weah government misappropriating the national budget or to waste all my time on that. No. I'm not yet to do that. I know if Alex Cummings and Charlene Bromskin, when they take over, all these problems, the raping, the stealing, corruption, justice, all will kick in. Law and order, all will kick in. Because that is why I'm supporting him. And actually on Facebook to talk to people like Tappe. People like Tappe who think that we run our mouths because we got nothing to do. But people who run their mouths are more patriots, whether you like it or not, whether they're talking nonsense or not, no matter how you think. So history will judge most of us, or most of you guys, who just sit in the back and refuse to speak. And whenever you try to speak, you even try to bring other people down who's speaking. So history will judge you easily. And for some of the comments you made, history will still hold you because this is social media and these things last too long. You see, today, when you go on Obe page, you will not find this tip about Obe confession. You will not find it there. He deleted it, but it was late. And today, it's going to haunt him. There are things that people said years back. It will haunt them no matter what happens. This is social media. We will play it when Mr. Cummings, when Mr. Custard said that Mr. Bwaka, he's a pathological, something, tribalistic old man. And you know, he meant it when he said Mr. Bwaka was corrupt and Mr. Bwaka received XYZ money. He meant it. But yesterday he said politics. No. Like Eugene Fagon today, he said yesterday that if anybody who's supporting Mr. Bwaka got a brain tumor, how can a 43 years old blah 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 today Fagon is still suffering from brain tumor too because he's supporting Mr. Bwaka. When you listen to Fatiga, then who said Mr. Bwaka don't have it, Mr. Bwaka don't, he's not a leader. But today Fatiga can tell you again, Fatiga can tell you that oh, Mr. Bwaka is the best man, this and that, because he tried leaning to Mr. Cummings. And they wanted something because you see all the guys then that is what makes some of us are still powerful and still surviving and going. Because when I started, nobody brought me to Alex Cummings. Nobody got that glory to say I brought money to Alex Cummings. No, they saw it and they asked me. So, yes, somebody added my name on it, but they didn't just add my name and I ran behind it. Magna Cassette, 2017, Magna Cassette called me, invited me, this and that. I said, my man, I'm supporting Mr. Cummings, but I'm not here for that. Nobody. You know. But they saw it. I asked for nothing. They didn't give me a penny. And I decided from my heart to support Mr. Cummings. Because I still believe, and you know, on the show today, Frankie says something. Instead of us looking for the best person, then we're talking about this man can't win. He's good, but he can't win. Is somebody good, but they can't win? That because of you. We are our own problems. You know that he's good. Instead of you going to vote, you yourself fall in the crowd. So what you believe in, let your conscience move you. Believe in something. It's not about him winning before I support him. It's not about a man winning who can win before I support him. No way. No. Then I should have just stick with George Weah. Because I knew George Weah was going to be the next president. But my belief, what is my belief? I believe in you. I believe in this guy. It's not because everybody like Mandela Cooper who said Mr. Bwaka should retire. Mr. Bwaka should leave. He's old. He this and that. She said, oh, because the people say Mr. Bwaka will win. So I follow too. So what you believe in? What you believe in? Eh? Jeremiah can say, oh, you know, I like Mr. Cummings. He's a good guy, but how can Mr. Cummings win? The Liberian people don't want me. What you believe in, your belief is what you're talking about. That is why we got a political prostitute jumping from place to place. What they believe in, what you believe in. Let history judge you. You know Mr. Cummings is the guy's best guy. Whether he win or not, you vote. You clear your side. All you need to do is to vote. Because of Liberia. Not because of somebody near me. Nobody make my decision for me. My destiny is in my hands. It's not in your hands. You choose to choose the wrong side, it's fine. But remember, there's consequences in every election, every decision we make in life. If you make an honest decision, you will see it when you make mistakes. And then you can recalibrate. That is why I always use the phrase, no decision is right until it is right. No decision we make in your life, we know that it's right. Until it is right, it's right. But Mooney, what are you saying? Some people confused right now. If we, as a human being, aware and know that every decision we make, we know that it's right. Nobody going to make mistakes. Nobody. I can be sitting here right now, God forbid, the place catch on fire. And I choose to jump down. If I survive, people will tell me, damn, Muna, you make the right decision. If I jump and something happened to me, I say, my man, why you had to jump through? Why you had to jump from over there, man? Why you couldn't just manage some kind of way? If I go through the front door and I make it, say, my man, you made a bad decision. You get up in the morning, you pray to God, you get in your car. Today you say, okay, I'm taking the highway. You know you're going to make accident. Boop, something happened to you. Then you say, why you take the back road? You always taking the back road. No, you can't run from it. I got in my car. Imagine in front of my place, the parking lot. I usually when I get in my car, I pray. I just say, God, and thank you, Jesus. Take control of the steering. I turn around. Before I could get out, boop, I hit another car. I said, but I just pray to God. Do you know that it could have been worse? I hit the guy, although I'm wrong, but I was coming out and he refused to even stop. But according to the police, I reversed into him. He tried to bypass me, but I still went into him. So I was wrong. So if you make a decision and it ain't come out well, you recalibrate. One of my friends, he said after hanging out, he take 95 to go home all the time. He don't take the back road because when you take the back road, that time they can get all the foolish cops on the road. So he tried to take 95 from Philadelphia straight because there will be nobody on the road in the night and nobody going to waste his time. It's okay. You know, just for this day, he called, he said, damn, my man, I will lock you. The police pulled me over. The guy gave me ticket, but I was 10 drunk. He gave me DUI because I passed everything. Not the driver license. I said, oh. So I said, oh, they gave you ticket on 95? He said, yes. I said, why you don't take the back road? He said, yeah, my man. I was supposed to take, I will be taking the back road. So I said, no. I would not call his name. I almost called his name, Jenna. I said, no. You told me taking the back road is a problem. Now they give you ticket on 95. Then you say you won't be taking the back road. They could still give you ticket on the back road. So your decision would never be right or it is right. The way the guy that's somebody say no mistake is allowed to be made. But if mistake is allowed, it's a mistake. Because if you can make mistake, there'll be no mistake. That means there will be the word mistake. It's not in their book. So that's it. So nobody should think that because you make mistakes and it's a problem. No, it's not a problem. If you make an honest mistake, you can come back and calibrate. You can make an honest mistake. Okay, guys, I will let you go. Let me talk to Mr. Perkins.
106
Yeah.
53rd Street.
Yep.
Okay. And where